Hi everyone, welcome back. We will now jump straight in to case 3.
So, you're up at last.
Is something the matter, Addie?
Oh, I see. You don't remember last night, do you? I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
I got drunk. Oh no. It sounds like I'm in trouble.
Whatever may have happened, I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me.
Remorse comes before forgiveness, Miles. You don't even know what you're apologizing for.
Yeah, don't.
Was it that bad? What exactly did I do?
It was nearly 2 when you burst in here, soused to the eyeballs from God knows where. I imagine you've probably forgotten that too. You were muttering something about peace and quiet and then proceeded to relieve yourself on my begonias before stumbling into bed.
Charming. I salute you, O Vice Admiral of the Narrow Seas.
Wow.
Good God.
Peeing on the
How embarrassing. I'm so
flowers.
sorry, Addie. I don't know what came over me.
I don't either. I've never seen you in such a state, and I pray that I never will again.
Yeah. Yeah,
I just bit off more than I could chew last night.
say that.
I promise you, it won't happen again.
What possessed you to go out and get so drunk anyway?
I decided to stop taking the soporific. It was interfering with my ability to focus on cases. I thought perhaps having a drink or two would help me sleep, and I got a bit carried away.
Yeah,
I see.
completely.
Well, I'm at least glad you've stopped taking that terrible medicine. But trading it for alcohol? This had better really be a one-time occurrence. Anyway, you got another message from Upton. It's there on the table, if you're feeling fit for the world now.
I'm sorry, Addie. I knew something like this would happen because I guess it's better, but it's not. Because what's he gonna do if he can't get smashed drunk? But he already stopped hearing Bill after like 2 drinks, so he doesn't need to get smashed.
If there isn't a pair of scissors or a hairbrush in Adelaide's hands, you can bet there'll be a book.
He's always stretching his back.
It might do you some good to look in the mirror.
Okay, we've done all this. Let's look at the newspaper. So, I will quickly read these. Oh wow, the police took complete responsibility for solving the missing baby case. Like completely. My detectives should be commended for the outstanding work they did. As if I did all of that. So this is possibly our new case because there was a lady found, incinerated. Is that the right word? This is the possible serial killer that Upton was talking about. She said they're struggling with the case, so that might also be something I need to look into. I wonder if it's the flower thief, maybe. That's also just now, I don't know, killing people. Again, the last case is just about the election, so let's see what Upton says. She probably wants us to come to the cafe, right? Fordham. A new case has come in, but the police are already investigating. Details have made their way into the newspaper. I won't be able to meet you at a ruin, so here are the details. The deceased is Desiree Lathan, I don't know. Her apartment is at 840 Right Way. Good luck. Okay, cool. So we just go straight there.
What does Upton say this time?
That she can't meet me, and that I should go straight to the scene of the crime.
I wonder if that means the police have started to suspect that she's giving you these cases.
Probably.
She also says news of this case has been made public, and the police are already investigating. That explains the article in the newspaper.
Which one?
The one about Desiree Lathan, the woman who was found burnt to death.
Oh, that sounds absolutely dreadful.
It really
Where's the crime
does.
scene?
840 Right Way. It's not too far from here, thankfully.
You're sure you're feeling up to this today?
I'll be fine. The mental exercise will get me back to normal in no time.
Dude.
Well, this is shaping up to be quite the investigation.
What?
I should probably get a move on before the police ruin the crime scene any more than they already have.
Good luck, Miles. And stay away from the bars, would you?
If, like with a hangover, I can't think of anything worse than doing like mental work, like detecting. Don't know. What is this?
That makes me wonder what old Mrs.
Oh. Does Addie want anything more to say?
Addie?
What is it, Miles?
Let's
Addie,
apologize
please
again.
know that I'm deeply
Yeah.
sorry for my behavior last night. I'll do everything I can to make it up to you. Would you like me to get some new begonias?
I don't need pretty flowers or pretty words, Miles. I just want things to go back to how they were. That's really all the apology I require.
Okay, so I just need to sort my shit out.
What have you been up to lately?
Nothing particularly exciting. My usual clients have been scheduling appointments, and I've been trying to get some new ones as well. In my free time, I've been catching up on my reading.
Anything good?
Yes, the conclusion to the dissembling mechanism was just published in Brentwell magazine last week.
What's that?
James Penstroke's latest serial. I wanted to read it to you, but you haven't been around much lately.
Perhaps I'll take a look now that I can actually concentrate again.
Yes, you could read it to me. I wouldn't mind hearing it again. It would certainly be a nicer way to spend your time than going out drinking.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry.
You're looking especially lovely today, Addie.
Miles, don't flirt with me. Not now.
I wouldn't push my luck with her, Miles. She hasn't completely forgiven you.
Yeah, that's true. It's actually super annoying to... that feeling when someone knows, like, they've done something wrong, and you've said sorry, and they've said, like, yeah, it's fine, but, like, give me a moment, and they're just not giving you a moment. That's so annoying.
Was Desiree Lathan a client of yours by any chance?
No, but plenty of the other grand dames used to gossip about her.
What sort of things would they say?
Usually they'd comment about how much she'd had to drink the night before. I got the impression she was quite the tippler.
Oh.
I hope you're not planning on following her
Interesting.
example.
That would require me to burn to death in our bed.
Ew.
Then I stand by my previous statement.
That's interesting. Yeah, let's just...
I'll let you get back to your book.
Let's not make her mad. Actually, I just forgot what I found interesting. I found it interesting that a newspaper said she's basically
If there isn't
like...
a pair of scissors or...
that she's basically a saint, and she's not. Well, I don't
Enjoy
know.
your reading. I'll be back
She's
soon.
drinking.
I look forward to your return.
Does she? Yeah, maybe the lady's been drinking too much. Okay, it's just around the corner, so let's head straight there.
Looks as though we've arrived fashionably late.
Why would the police let
Excuse
me
me, sir, but this is an active crime scene. We can't allow members of the public.
Oh, this isn't just any member of the public, Kane. This is Miles Fordham. He used to be one of us until he got his partner killed.
Wonderful. Officer Parsons is on the scene. It's a shock the apartment isn't in a shambles.
Good day to you too, officers.
Fordham? What are you doing here?
How am I gonna
Ah, Captain Snelling.
out of this?
What a pleasure.
That's Chief Snelling now, Fordham. I don't expect you follow the workings of the department much these days, but I'd appreciate the proper address.
Fine.
So nice to see that power hasn't gone to his head.
My apologies, Chief Snelling.
You haven't answered my question. What in blazes are you doing here?
How am I gonna get out of this one? This one? I read about it in the paper. Yeah,
The story
let's
was front
say
page
that.
news. I couldn't resist coming to have a look for myself.
There's no respect for police business anymore, damn meddlers. This is an active crime scene, Fordham. Leave the premises immediately.
Let me offer my help.
We could solve this case in no time if we work together, you know.
We don't need any help, not even from former detectives. Parsons,
do.
I'm going back to the station. I want your report the minute you're done here. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, don't get any funny ideas, Fordham. If you so much as breathe on anything in here, I'll have you arrested for tampering with a crime scene. Do I make myself clear?
But honestly, what was I thinking was gonna happen? Do I piss him off or... No, play nice. I need maybe his help later.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad that's settled.
Yeah, really, I don't think it will help anyone to piss him off even more.
I suppose it's reassuring that even in this crazy, ever-changing world, you can always count on Snelling to be a complete ass.
You heard the chief. No snooping around. The sooner you get out of here, the better for all of us.
Okay, but... Yeah, I'm not just
The
gonna
bedroom
leave.
is probably full of clues. We need to find a way to get in there.
Begging your pardon, officer.
Yes, what is it, sir?
Who are you?
How long have you been on the force, officer?
2 months, sir.
Oh,
And how's it treating you so far?
Newbie.
This is where I was meant to be.
That's good to hear.
Parsons mentioned you used to be a detective?
I was, yes, for 15 years. It wasn't always easy, but I loved every minute of it.
Parsons goes on about how he's got his eye on becoming a detective, but I don't know if I'd be able to handle it.
Is that right?
Yes, he's up for review. I think he's trying to impress Snelling to improve his chances.
Parsons wants to be a detective? Now I've heard it all. As if he needed more of a reason to be Snelling's lapdog.
Solid beard work that this guy's got going on. Desiree.
Is there anything you can tell me about Desiree Lathan?
I'm afraid not. You don't have clearance in this investigation.
And there's nothing I can say to convince you otherwise?
My superiors would be very upset if they knew I was breaking the rules. I'm sorry.
I think the operative phrase in this instance is if they knew.
Yeah.
We need
I
to find
also
a way to
heard
get
that.
Parsons out of here. Maybe we should visit Upton at the station.
Yeah, I also heard that if they knew. Let's...
What was Chief Snelling doing here?
Nothing more than a routine inspection of the crime scene.
Routine inspection? But the chief of police only goes to extremely high-profile crime scenes.
I couldn't possibly comment on that, sir.
It is quite high profile, isn't it? The lady was...
Do you enjoy working with
Rich, I
Officer
guess.
Parsons?
I don't like to talk about my colleagues, sir. Especially when they're standing right over
I was
there.
just gonna say.
I understand.
He's
Perhaps
just
this isn't the
over
right time
there.
to be asking. Thanks for your time, officer.
Can't
Not
we,
a problem.
Like, drop our business card on the floor in front of him or something. What is in my casebook? So investigate, yes. Find a way. Need him to leave, yes. Nothing. Okay, so what was added? Ah, things were added to the map. Okay. Excuse me, what? Can I just go back? I just want to go back. No! Okay, let me just go here, because I wasn't done here.
Judging by these books, Miss Lathan was quite the fan of poetry. Let's just hope her taste was better than Madame Dupre's.
Oh yeah, she had terrible taste. What's this book?
No title. I doubt it's a diary. People rarely leave those things laying out in the open.
Yeah, it's just a coffee table book. The wallpaper is insanely blue.
Definitely too young to be Miss Lathan. Perhaps a relative? You have to hand it to her. Miss Lathan certainly had a unique taste in fashion. I bet you could see her coming a mile away.
Oh, I like her. What is this? Like a coat thingy with a hood and a blue hat? I think it's cute.
An invitation to the Gascon Grand Dame's Ball. It seems it was held 2 nights ago at the Gascon Supper Club. Might be worth looking into, seeing as it's our only lead right now.
Yeah. Okay. Should I take this,
An
though?
invitation to-
Oh,
might be
no.
worth-
Okay. Let's speak to this asshole.
Excuse me, Officer Parsons.
Clear off, Fordham. The chief doesn't want you here, and neither do I. You aren't on the force anymore, so you've got to respect the rules, just like every other citizen.
He'd be respecting my fist if I were alive, believe me.
I'm not trying to cause any trouble. I just want to ask a few questions.
Well, if it will get you to leave faster.
His beard. Oh my god. People got good beards. I'm gonna tell him I know that
You're
he
looking
wants
well
to
these
be-
days, Parsons. What's your secret?
that he wants to be
Secret?
detective.
I don't know. Maybe something about getting a good night's sleep without blood on my hands does wonders.
Wow. What an idiot.
What can you tell me about Desiree Lathan?
Nothing.
Because you don't know?
No, because I'm not going to betray Chief Snelling's orders and divulge that information to the public.
Come on, Parsons, you know me. What harm would it do to tell me just a little bit?
Do I have to state the obvious? If it were up to me, you'd be in jail for murdering an officer.
What?
I wouldn't make such claims without knowing the facts, Parsons. It could get you in serious trouble. It'd be a real tragedy to see your career cut short and you back in the workhouse polishing airship rivets.
You don't scare me, Fordham.
Rest assured, the feeling is mutual.
Why is he like this?
I hear you're looking to become a detective, is that right?
Yes, that's right. Shouldn't be a difficult bar to clear, given the caliber of some former detectives.
The process isn't easy, you know. You have to prove you're the best of the best.
Don't think I'm not aware of that, Fordham.
I'm just saying, standing around here isn't going to do you any favors.
I know that. First chance I get to shake this grunt detail for a shot at some real investigation, I'm all over it.
Parsons' eagerness might be something we can use to our advantage.
Yeah. We should tell him to do it right now.
How long has Officer Kane been on the force?
I'm not one to gossip, Fordham.
That's only the second most hypocritical thing I've heard today.
Ask him yourself if you're so interested.
I did.
Have you made much progress on this investigation?
Did you not hear me the first time, Fordham? Drop it before I have to arrest you for interfering with a police investigation.
You don't dare flippin' arrest me.
Why was Chief Snelling here anyway?
He's the chief of police, and this is an official investigation. It doesn't take a grand leap of logic.
Yes, but the Chief of Police never bothers with a crime scene unless it's of great importance.
Your point?
Does that mean this crime scene is, in fact, of great importance?
You're the investigator, Fordham. I'll leave you to work that one out.
That's all I wanted to know.
Good.
Nothing new to...
Okay. Okay, well, I don't think we're gonna get any further here.
The bedroom?
So let's just leave. Although we have some places to visit, the police station and the Gascon Supper Club. What would the station help me? Upton.
I didn't imagine we'd be coming back here in this lifetime.
Fordham, have you solved the case already?
No.
Don't I wish?
Of course
I
not.
haven't even gotten started.
Well, I'm here if you need anything. Just be sure not to let Snelling see you.
Is he back yet?
He arrived a few minutes ago. I expect he'll be sequestered in his office today, so you shouldn't have to worry too much.
Good to know.
Who's this little... whatever that is? It's got a very tiny head and a lot of hair. And it's hiding behind a box. What is that? What flag is this?
The old Jack and Stars. Sure was nice when that sign didn't apply to us.
No unauthorized person allowed behind this point.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone reading those books. I'm half convinced they're purely decorative.
There's a secret doorway. Oh, why can't I click this? It looks like a doll. Doll that's sitting back there. Who's that?
Prime Minister Atwood, watching over the department with his signature scowl.
Ooh, there's a re-election coming up. Maybe he won't get re-elected?
Got a moment, Upton?
Yes, but let's make this quick.
How you doing?
Back to work, I see.
Yes, well, the coffee shop holiday had to end eventually. I'm gonna have to find someplace else to meet you. The higher-ups are getting suspicious.
To be honest, it was a bit wretched there. I won't miss it.
Well then, Mr. Big Bug, you can have the honor of choosing the next place. Under a bridge somewhere, perhaps.
I want to know about this.
I see the Gazette has caught wind of this supposed mass murderer.
Yes, Snelling has been positively fuming about it. Between that and the Lathan case being publicized on the same day, it's been a nightmare for the department.
Any idea how they got the information?
I don't think anyone in the department has spoken to the press. Maybe they just have some very good reporters.
So, is it serious? Should we be concerned?
Surely.
3 murders is nothing to sneeze at, but all the victims have been men in Chumley. If that changes, then things might start getting urgent.
Isn't that just the way
I
they think?
see.
You can bet they'd have already caught the bastard if the first body had turned up in Lyon.
Oh, that's very sad. But what does she mean? It's nothing to sneeze at? That means, like, it is important. Or does it mean, like, oh, it's not that important? Because I would say 3 people is a lot. More than 1 is enough to investigate concerning murder. Strange.
I'm having some trouble with Officer Parsons.
You and everyone else who's ever met him. That's the problem.
He's keeping me away from the Lathan crime scene.
Of course. He's one of the most loyal to Snelling.
Any suggestions for how I might get him away so I can look around?
I might have an idea. There are several reported crimes that haven't been assigned yet, and Parsons is itching to prove his investigative chops.
Yes, he is.
He'd probably abandon his post for a good enough lead and a chance to impress Snelling.
Upton, oh good, you impress me.
Department politics are something of a specialty of mine.
Is oh good her surname? I thought Upton was her surname. Who's Charles? Oh, it's the rich man.
Any updates on the Harris baby?
He's back home and doing well thanks to you.
Yay.
I'm glad to hear it.
You did an impressive job. I admit I was a bit concerned about how you'd fare after months of taking it easy.
Oh, I'm good.
But I suppose detective work is like riding a bicycle.
I'm good. I'm
It's a
good.
guaranteed way to end up with a broken arm.
I might be drugged or drunk, but I'm good at detecting. Wait, what?
About getting Parsons away from the crime scene?
All right, these are the, as of yet,
Ah,
unassigned
okay.
crimes. The body of a young man was found in the Hodgman River by the Gascon docks this morning. A woman in Chumley reported hearing a single gunshot in her neighbor's apartment last night. There was a deadly explosion at a factory in Worcester that may be linked to sabotage. And that's it for right now. Any of those strike your fancy?
The body? Maybe the body at the docks. But how would I know? How would I know? The gunshot. Oh, but it's a woman in Chumley. He would want to be where rich people are. Oh, let's hear.
Tell me more about the body found at the docks.
An unidentified man in his 20s was found in the river near the docks. The dock worker who reported it said that the body was bloated and decomposing. He must have been in the river several days. Dr. Edwards performed a post-mortem and determined the cause of death to be a blow to the head. Do
I see. Certainly leaves a lot of questions.
you think Parsons will be interested?
I don't know. Let's try another one.
No, actually, let's try another one.
All right, which one?
The gunshot.
Let's hear about the gunshot.
Ethel Williamson reported hearing a sound she described as a single gunshot coming from her neighbor's apartment last night. She said she had been hearing arguments over the past several weeks, and there may have been domestic violence involved. When she knocked on the door, she got no answer, but she said she noticed the distinct smell of flowers.
Intriguing.
Do you think Parsons will be interested?
Well, that one I want. Let's just hear about the other
No,
one.
actually, let's try another one.
All right, which one?
Give me the details about the factory explosion.
The owner of the Hawkins Steelworks reported an explosion at his factory that killed 2 of his workers. He says he's been getting several threatening letters about his current project.
And so he suspects someone has sabotaged the operation?
Yes, likely the Redites. Do you think Parsons will be interested?
Yes, I think he would like this one because it's more high profile, isn't it? The Steelworks.
Sounds good. Let's go with that one.
All right, I'll send out the report as soon as we're done talking.
I hope I made the right decision because you want something high profile, right? Oh, I hope I didn't screw the whole thing up. Oh no.
Have a moment to go over my current case?
I'm afraid you're on your own this time, Fordham. Walls have ears around here.
Yeah, okay.
If they find out I'm helping you, it won't end well for either of us.
Understood.
I'll still be here when you've solved
Okay.
it, though.
That's it for now.
Better get back to it then.
Okay. So we really don't believe that the police can solve this one by themselves. Crazy. Before we go back here, let's go to the supper club.
The bridge to Lyon overlooking the House of Parliament. I suppose that seeing that helps the patrons of this club put on airs.
Airs?
That painting depicts a hand dropping a bunch of blood-soaked silver coins into another hand. Definitely sets the bar for the type of people who come here, I'd say.
Oh no, should I have given Parsons the flower case? Because I was hoping that would leave it for me. But if he would have started solving it... I hate this game. There's so many... No, I love this game. But there's so many things to like consider and reconsider.
Nobody's bothered clearing this table yet, it seems.
So I didn't listen to this.
That painting depicts a hand dropping a bunch of blood-soaked silver coins into
Okay, I see. Who are you? I thought it was a man with one of those curly
Excuse me, miss?
judge wigs.
Oh, well, hello there, handsome. I've never seen you around here before.
No,
Care to join me for a drink?
I'm not allowed. I'm on the clock. Yep.
Thank you, but I'm on duty.
On duty? What are you, a cop?
Force of habit. I'm a private investigator, actually.
Oh, not much better, if you ask me.
The name's Miles Fordham, and you are?
Charlotte Robineau.
Pleasure. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
I suppose not. It would help pass the time.
Oh, Miss Charlotte. Let's ask about the
Were
ball.
you here for the Grand Dame's ball the other night?
Of course, we all were. Well, except for Laura. Terrible business.
You mean Laura Dupre?
The very same.
Oh, yeah.
Have you met?
I have. In fact, I investigated her attempted murder.
Is that right? I heard she ended up in jail for torturing her servants.
So she did.
Yes, it was quite disturbing.
I didn't think Laura was capable of such a thing. She always seemed so kind. I guess we all have our dark secrets.
Yeah, what's yours?
Does that apply to you as well, Miss Robino?
Exactly.
If I told you, then it would no longer be a secret, would it?
Fair point.
Why is a lady wearing this many pearls day drinking?
Do you know Desiree Lathan?
I knew her, yes.
When did you last speak to her?
Oh, it's been ages. She and I haven't had much to do with each other for a while.
Why is that?
It's really not important. We just didn't see eye to eye on a few
I'd
things.
like to know what those things are.
Was she at the Grand Dame's ball?
Yes, she was. Drinking up a storm as usual. Desi really knew how to enjoy herself.
How much did she drink?
Oh, I don't know.
Lots, I'm
She used to outmatch me, and I can handle quite a bit.
Quite a bit. Yeah, then who are you?
Tell me a little about yourself.
Robino.
Why, Mr. Fordham, I hardly know you.
Oh my god.
That said, I'm always open to making new friends.
Ooh, watch out, Miles. I think she's getting ready to pounce.
Ugh. Oh, so we want to butter her up, I guess? Ew. Let's ask about the... No, let's compliment... No. Ugh.
What can you tell me about Desiree's death?
Just what I've read in the papers. She burned to death. It's horrible. She certainly didn't deserve to die in such a gruesome way.
Why do people always
Did she have any enemies?
use the word deserve?
Anyone who might have wanted to do her harm?
No. Everyone loved her.
Except you?
Mr. Fordham, I said we haven't had much to do with each other. That doesn't mean I didn't care for her. Now please, let's drop the subject.
I'm gonna compliment her? Ooh, I'm gonna look greasy and slimy. Shall I admire her fashion?
You've really got a great sense of fashion and style. All the other Grand Dames must be jealous.
Oh, you.
Again? Her hair.
I must compliment
do
you
like
on your
her
lovely
hair.
hairstyle.
Oh, how sweet of you to say. Though it is getting a bit ragged.
No, it's
I'm
lovely.
having it done this afternoon, in fact. My girl Adelaide is a treasure.
Ooh.
You don't say. Well, she must be talented to improve on near perfection.
Oh, such a flattering tongue, Mr. Fordham.
So I have... Okay, so I'll go
Thanks for your time.
to Addie
I'll let you get back to your
and
drink.
tell her what to
Thanks,
question her
sweetheart.
about. Okay, pause.
These are all high-end foo-foo liqueurs and cordials.
What the hell
You
is a
couldn't pay me to
foo-foo
drink that
liquor?
rubbish.
What's a foo-foo liquor? Oh, I can't go that way. Okay, let's quickly get to Addie and tell her to please question this lady.
Honey, I'm home.
It's good to have you back.
I hope she's like softened up
Addie?
a bit.
What is it, Miles?
She's not too mad at me.
You've got an appointment with Charlotte Robino later today, don't you?
Are you using your detecting skills on me now?
I spoke with her at the Gascon Supper Club, and she mentioned you. Turns out she knew Desiree Lathan.
Makes sense. That social circle is tiny.
She wasn't very forthcoming, though. Do you think you might try and persuade her to talk?
Persuasion shouldn't be necessary. She usually just sits in the chair and starts gossiping up a storm. I think I know more about all the Gascon Grand Dames than anyone should.
Oh, well then tell me about
That's
them.
good. That's very good.
Tell me about...
Huh. I don't know, Miles. Don't you think we should at least investigate the crime scene first so we have all the details?
Ah. Because Bill has given me bad advice before.
I think there's a few more things I need to clear up before I'm ready.
Okay, just let me know when you are.
Okay. Well, I just need to get there before
I'll let you get back to your book.
the lady gets there. Oh, let's hope Officer Parsons
I'm
is
heading out
gone.
for now.
Take care of yourself out there.
Okay, quickly go here. Well, I don't think it's timed. Why isn't he
Damn,
gone?
looks like Parsons didn't take the bait. He must not have considered that case enough to prove himself to Snelling.
Damn it! Damn it!
Let's not talk to.
Okay, then I have to do it again? No. No. Oops. Wrong. Damn it. Okay, so we have to go back and forth until he leaves. He didn't really give me information.
Got a moment, Upton?
Yes, but let's make this quick.
Unfortunately, Parsons didn't take the bait.
Nothing worse than a picky investigator. I wish more people were like
Yeah.
you.
I just
Thank
take
you.
whatever gets
All right,
thrown
these
to
are
me.
the as of yet unassigned crimes. The body of a young man was found in the Hodgman River
Okay.
by a woman named Chumley reported hearing.
Okay.
And that's it for right now.
Okay.
Any of those?
So I like the gunshot, but it's in Chumley. With the flowers. I don't think he's gonna care if it's in Chumley.
Tell me more about the body found.
And
So
the
let's
dock worker
do
who
that.
doctor.
I see.
Do you think Parsons?
I don't know. Yeah, let's go this
Sounds
one.
good.
All right, I'll send out the.
That's it for.
Better get back to it then.
Okay. I think he's not gonna care if something's in Chumley. I don't know, because that's how everyone's been talking about it. So maybe this will be the thing. This is where I want to go, right? Yeah. No!
Damn, looks like Parsons didn't
Come
take the bait.
on.
He must not have considered that case
So
enough to
it's
prove
the
himself to
flower
Snelling.
thing? So the Chumley flower thing is what's gonna work? Weird. I hate when it's the last thing. I want to be right.
Got a moment, Upton?
I
Yes,
specifically didn't choose it because of the Chumley thing.
Not.
Uh,
All right.
the
a woman-
flower
and
thing.
Any of those?
But the flower
Let's hear
thing
about the-
might be the...
She's when she. Do
intriguing.
you think Parsons will be in?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right.
That's it.
Better get back.
Well, it must be this. If it's not this, then we have nothing. And then that would have been a very useless exercise. No! Ah! No, I'm not paying attention. Here. Be gone. Yes. Excellent.
Looks like Parsons took the bait. Now maybe we can finally have a look around the crime scene.
We still need to get this officer to get out of the way.
Begging your pardon, officer.
Yes, what is it, sir?
Hmm.
Do you enjoy working with Officer Parsons?
If I'm being honest, he can be a bit much sometimes.
Yeah.
Trust me, you're not the only one who feels that way. I didn't have much interaction with him when I was a detective, but the few times I did weren't very pleasant.
I could tell he doesn't seem to care much for you. Although I don't think he cares much for anyone except the chief, and that's only because he's the one who gives out the promotions.
Exactly.
What was Chief Snelling doing here?
He was inspecting the crime scene.
Yes, but why was he involved? Is there something special about it that would require the chief of police to look into it?
Well, someone thought it might be related to the big case we're not supposed to talk about.
The murders.
You mean the mass murderer?
Yes, sir. I could see why the chief is upset that the news has gotten out.
It was
And is it
literally
related?
in the paper.
No, I don't believe so. But the news reports have been getting the public on edge.
Of course. The less information there is, the easier it is for rumors to start spreading.
Exactly. Chief Snelling has a lot of fires to put out.
If that's the case, it's too bad he didn't get to Miss Lathan in time.
Is there anything you can tell me about Desiree Lathan?
I couldn't really say.
Come now, I'm trying to help this investigation. Any small detail would be useful.
Well, I haven't really looked over the crime scene too much. It's rather gruesome, you see.
Is the body still here?
Yes. What's left of it, at any
Oh
rate.
no.
Miss Lathan was only identified by the tattoo on her foot.
I see.
Am I gonna see a body?
Has there been much progress here?
Snelling and Parsons examined the scene, that's all I know.
Do you think I might have a look, now that the initial investigation's been conducted?
I'm afraid that's out of the question, sir.
Really?
I have my orders.
No, we need him to go.
Officer Kane, I'm trying to aid this investigation. There may have been something overlooked by the others.
If Parsons were to catch you, my career would be over.
No, Parsons
Trust
is
me,
gone.
he won't be back for some time. I swear on my honor as a former member of the New Britannia Police.
All right.
Someone help me out.
I suppose you can go in for a moment, but please be quick about it.
Thank you,
Okay,
Officer Kane.
thanks.
I promise this will stay between us.
I just love rookie officers. They're so gullible. I once got one to shine my shoes for a week after convincing him it was department policy.
Oh no.
Good times.
Thanks for your time, officer.
Not a problem.
Yeah, he's been helpful. We're not gonna shit talk him. Oh my god.
That's certainly a pungent aroma.
Wow.
I can see why the officer stuck to the living room.
Surprisingly modest quarters for a grande dame. You'd never guess she could buy out the likes of you and me 1,000 times over.
He's not wrong. Who's this lady?
That's a nice portrait of Miss Lathan. Too bad it was damaged by the fire. The area where the artist's signature should be has been singed and is unreadable. Too bad.
But the date is still legible. It's from this year.
Ah, okay, but go over here so I can see. Okay, but I can't investigate the scorches.
That's a nice portrait of Miss...
But the date is still legible.
It's from this year. Okay, well, what does that matter? So that's what she looks like. That's what she looked like.
Looks like this one barely managed to survive. Pity. It looked like a nice work of art. The flames must have been fairly high to be able to stain the ceiling like that.
Ew.
Ashes to ashes and all that.
Are you kidding
Glad
me?
I was buried. Cremation always seemed a bit too hot to handle.
Now's not the time for jokes, Bill.
Wow.
Are you serious? Death is the best time for jokes. Otherwise, it's all just a bunch of
True, he's dead
boo-hoo-hoo this
himself.
and wow that. And trust me, there's plenty of that in life. Hell, you'd know better than anyone.
All right. Just shut it for a bit while I look over the crime scene, would you? I need to concentrate.
Yeah, shut up, Bill. My goodness.
Alas, poor Desiree, a woman of infinite riches, of tastes most fancy. Where's all your money now? Come to think of it, that question might be worth answering.
Okay.
Ugh, greasy, fetid, stinking ashes. Who knew the human body was capable of producing such a disgusting byproduct?
Yeah, it's really
I'm surprised the coroner
gross.
hasn't taken the body away yet.
Well, how?
Probably because there isn't much of a body left to take.
Taking the
Either that or
legs?
Dr. Edwards knows better than to deal with something like this.
That's extremely unlike him. He'd jump at the chance to examine this body. Perhaps we should allow him the pleasure.
I hope you're not suggesting what I think you're suggesting.
What is he suggesting? That we wait?
I don't think Desiree will be able to give us a hand with this investigation.
Oh, hardy har.
Bill?
What? I thought it was funny.
Wait, what? I'm gonna touch it?
This one's clean. Well, aside from the fact that the rest of the leg is burned off. There's a tattoo on her ankle. It says, "Dancing through life." Hate to break it to her, but that dance is over. Miles, do you really want to go carrying around those stinking ashes in your pocket? It'll take ages to get the smell out.
Good point. I'll need to find something to carry them in.
Why do I want her ashes? Because it's too long ago to have DNA testing, right?
Miles, do you... I don't think Desiree...
Bill?
What?
Shut up, Bill. I'm not enjoying your jokes.
Odd. Another pile of ashes under the bed. Looks as though whatever she kept underneath got burned too. Or it could be that whatever was under the bed is what caught fire in the first place. Although, there's no evidence of what started it. All that's left is a small piece of cloth. Might as well take it.
Okay.
The cloth appears to have some oily residue on it. Interesting.
Some, fuel? Something that burns?
There's a letter in here.
Dear Miss Lathan. So,
This just keeps getting more and more interesting. The law firm of Usher and Price isn't too far from here. I think it's definitely worth paying him a little visit.
Bill, can I just read this? This letter is to inform you that we have received your request to make changes to your beneficiary as indicated in your last will and testament. Please come to the law offices of blah blah at blah blah so that we may renew the documents and make the necessary edits. Yours, James Usher. It is so hard to read this pixelated text. Well, okay, now that I'm looking at the small screen on the side, it's fine. But if I'm looking on my big screen, can't read it. Sorry that I'm reading like a first grader. Okay, what's in the bit?
Some crumpled up letters. They look to be of the romantic variety.
They're from the same person. One Peter Andrews.
It's always sad to see a case of unrequited love. I'm thinking we should find out who this Peter Andrews is.
Wait, why
Good
is
idea.
it-
Now, are you finally willing to admit that looking through rubbish does yield results sometimes?
Fine, you win. but I don't think I envy your prize.
Okay, we've got more love letters. So, in July and September. Okay, they're quite spaced out. Dearest Desiree, I offer you my heart, though I'm sadly unable to offer you my hand. Oh, that circumstances were different. Oh, is Peter already married? Why must life and love both be so cruel? I must continue to love and admire you from afar. I can only hope these feelings are mutual. It wasn't. She crumpled your letter and put it in the bin. My dearest Desiree, once again I must declare my love for you. Though you have not yet responded to any of my letters, so he was a stalker, I maintain hope that you care for me as I do for you. I remain ever faithful. Call upon me and I will... rush to your side. We will embrace as Mr. and Mrs. Andrews at long last. Wait, but why did he say circumstances kept them apart?
It looks as though Miss Lathan was in the middle of writing something.
It's an article for Brentwell magazine.
Igniting the fires
Igniting the fires within. A bit on the nose, wouldn't you say?
Okay, well,
Classic Brentwell.
actually.
They have a reputation for making their writers go to extremes for their articles, all for the sake of entertainment.
Perhaps we should pay their offices a visit, see exactly what it was Miss Lathan was doing for them.
We are all familiar with idea of an inner fire, a term usually applied to our sense of passion or determination. But what if that inner fire was of a more physical nature? So this is about spontaneous combustion? That is to say, if each of us had the capability to light a real fire within our bodies. Okay, see, this is a solid clue. Because she spontaneously combusted.
As much as I like this painting, this isn't the time for art appreciation.
Okay.
Doesn't look as though this fireplace has been used in a long time. I suppose we can rule it out as the source.
Yeah, no, clearly not. But I don't have anything to pick up ashes with. Right?
Miles, do you really want to...
Okay, but... the problem is...
The flames must have been fairly...
I don't have anything.
Nothing else of interest.
Okay. There's nothing more there.
Just a pile of ashes.
Okay. The blankie. Burnt remains, I've looked. Nothing more on the picture?
That's a nice portrait of Miss Lady. The air...
But the date is...
Okay, from this year. Okay. Then I will leave, but I don't have everything yet, do I? Can ask who painted the portrait.
Was there someone else in the room just now? I thought I heard you talking.
Yes.
Oh, no. It's just
sometimes
sometimes I think aloud when investigating crime scenes.
I see.
Yeah, sure.
Good save. We don't need any more police officers thinking you're insane. Definitely too young.
Okay, so...
You have to hand it.
Let's get out of here. Wait. Yeah, wait. The book on the table. I didn't actually look at it because that...
No title.
Oh, okay. Okay, he's not gonna... Okay, let's go back to Addie.
I've managed to survive the wild streets of New Britannia.
Good to see you've made it back in one piece.
Okay. We've got some things you need to ask the...
Addie?
The lady.
What is it, Miles?
About your appointment with Charlotte.
What about it?
Wait, so I'm not...
I think there's a few more...
Okay.
Okay, so she's not
I'll let
gonna have that appointment until I clear things up, right? So if I...
Time for me to get...
Take care.
I hope not. Okay, well, let's go to the magazine.
Ah, hello there. Are you here to drop off an article?
I am not.
No, actually, I'm a private investigator. The name's Miles Fordham.
How exciting. You must have so many interesting stories.
You could say that, yes.
please, come in, come in. I'm Alan Brentwell, owner and publisher of Brentwell Magazine.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Okay.
Confessions of a Steam Addict by Ezra Bartley. I think I'm better off not knowing. For Whom the Bell Almost Tolled by Suki Snobs. Fascinating stuff.
What?
Useful for getting to those hard-to-reach places. In my case, that's everywhere. Empty. Too bad.
Let's just speak to him first.
I have some questions for you, Mr. Brentwell.
Wonderful! It's so seldom I get to answer questions.
Oh. Oh, what is going on here? He looks a little like he's on something, you know?
What made you decide to start this business?
I always wanted to be a journalist. I never had much luck with any of the local papers, though. So I decided to start my own. I admit it's not exactly what I wanted, but I like to think Brentwell Magazine has found its own unique voice.
Voice? More like a gurgling scream.
A gurgling scream.
Tell me about Brentwell Magazine.
We're a monthly publication focusing on both fiction and non-fiction pieces.
Ah, yes, you're publishing that serial, aren't you? The Dissembling Mechanism?
You're a subscriber! Tell me, what did you think of the conclusion? Quite astonishing, wasn't it?
I haven't had a chance to read it yet, I'm afraid.
Then I won't say any more about it. My dream was to have a magazine that was well-respected and educational. But sadly, it seems today's audiences are much more interested in reading about sightings of giant bat creatures or mysterious buried treasures. Such a pity.
I hear you have a bit of a reputation for making your reporters do questionable things for their articles.
You are mistaken, Mr. Fordham. I don't force my writers to do anything.
But they do
They
it.
seem to have this notion that the more
Nonetheless.
extreme their research, the more authentic the articles will be.
What sort of extremes are we talking about here?
We had one writer who attempted to heighten the sensation of fear she wanted to express in her story. Damn near decapitated herself by sticking her head through an opening at the clock tower at St. Denis
Oh
Cathedral.
my goodness.
Ugh. Thankfully, she made it out alive. It would have been quite the predicament if she hadn't. Especially considering that was our most popular article last year. Oh, people have such odd taste.
Yeah, we do, don't we?
What can you tell me about Desiree Lathan?
Desiree Lathan. Oh, why, she came to me a few weeks ago in response
Does
to
he
an ad
know
I
she's
took out
dead?
requesting articles. She told me she had an idea readers would love. We agreed on 3 crowns per paragraph, and she was on her way.
Okay.
Come to think of it, I haven't heard from her in a few days.
No, he doesn't know. Oh no, he doesn't know.
Were you aware that Miss Lathan is dead?
What? No, I had no idea. What happened?
Oh, he
I'm not
looks
exactly sure.
Genuinely surprised.
She seems to have burned to death under mysterious circumstances.
Mysterious circumstances?
Most of her body was burnt to ash, but there's very little fire damage around her. It's as though she herself just caught fire.
Oh, that sounds positively ghastly.
Ghastly.
Oh dear.
Is something wrong?
I just remembered. The article she was writing. Dear God.
Yep.
I hope she didn't go too far with her research.
She did. It seems.
What exactly was Desiree's article about?
I'm not entirely sure. She merely came to me with the proposal.
She didn't tell you what that idea was?
She did, but I wasn't sure what to make of it.
Please, Mr. Brentwell, stop stalling and tell me what she was writing about.
It was about spontaneous human combustion.
Yep. That was pretty obvious.
What do you know about spontaneous human combustion?
That's the thing. I don't know very much at all. It sounded interesting enough. That's why I accepted Miss Lathan's proposal to write the article about it.
But what do you know about it?
Only that it's a mysterious phenomenon in which a person catches fire spontaneously and burns to death. It sounds exactly as you described Miss Lathan's condition.
Do you know what Miss Lathan's research on the subject involved?
Only the one contact I gave her, a Miss Angela Maxwell at the Spectre
Ooh,
Society in
goody.
Gascone.
Let's go back there.
The Spectre Society, huh? I shouldn't be surprised to hear that name again.
Are you a member?
Actually, I am.
Oh yeah.
Then I suggest you do some research there. There's bound to be something relevant in that curious library of theirs.
Thank you. Perhaps I will.
I mean, I read it all last
Thanks
time,
for your
didn't
time,
I?
Mr. Brentwell.
There wasn't that
The
much
pleasure is all mine.
information specifically. What's on the table? Oh, he's not gonna let me see.
I can only begin to imagine how many lurid and salacious articles are kept in those cabinets.
Lurid, salacious.
I can only begin to imagine how
Oh.
many lurid and... Brentwell has a front row seat to all the horrible things he might want to write about in his magazine. For the publisher of a sensationalist rag, Brentwell is awfully well read. Assuming he actually has read all those books, of course.
Yeah. Something tells me he hasn't.
For the publisher...
It's funny, because it seems like, oh, he's so horrible, It's just like he's running a modern day YouTube channel, right? And people do crazy things for fame online. Yeah, that's what it feels like. She says, as she's recording a YouTube video. Funny. We laugh at things here. I want to go back there. Hi, Angela. You remember me?
Welcome back, Mr. Fordham.
Hello, Angela. Why did you burn someone to death?
Could I ask you about some things, Miss Maxwell?
Certainly, darling.
Are you familiar with a woman named Desiree Lathan?
Yes, she came to see me just last week. She told me she was doing research for an article she was writing for Brentwell magazine.
What sort of research?
She asked me a few questions and looked at my books. That was all. She wasn't here for very long.
And what was she researching?
Something about spontaneous human combustion, I believe.
Does she believe?
What can you tell me about spontaneous human combustion?
I'm not overly familiar with the subject, but I do have a book about it on the shelf back there. You are welcome to look at it if it will help.
I may, but I'd like to know what your understanding of it is.
Well, I believe it is when the human body inexplicably catches fire and burns. It usually occurs among elderly women who drink to excess, and very little fire damage is caused around the body. That's really all I know, darling. It's not a very agreeable subject for study now, is it?
Agreeable. Well, she's gonna be shocked when I tell her this.
Did you know that Desiree Lathan is dead?
What? My God, no. I didn't. What happened to her?
She was found burned to death in her bed.
How awful.
Do you have any idea how this may have happened?
There are a number of possibilities, but if she was in the middle of researching spontaneous human combustion, and then to have this happen, it can't be a coincidence.
Well,
Are you suggesting she herself was a victim of spontaneous combustion?
One need only compare the circumstances of her death with the facts, darling.
She can't be serious, can she?
she seems dead serious, but
Thank you for the information.
I
It
also
was
think
very
it's
enlightening.
a bit far-fetched.
It was my pleasure, darling.
Because I don't... As far as I understand it, it's always been... And I don't believe it, but it's always been random. Like, I don't think you can induce it.
I never much cared for all that mystic stuff. Why should your life be dictated by a bunch of cards? What a ridiculous contraption. People will do
Okay, we've looked at everything here. We can look for the combustion. I'm not going to read all of this again. Giant squid, art of the seance, metempsychosis, we've done that. Astral projection, voodoo, mediums. Where's the... That. There we go.
This all sounds strangely familiar, but spontaneous human combustion can't be real, can it? Then again, sometimes the simplest explanation is the correct one.
Okay, so here's the 4 things. They're elderly woman, she was. She did drink a lot. She did leave a hand and her feet behind. The rest of the room was fine, and there was a greasy residue. So... ugh. But wait, an illustration of 2 men finding a victim of spontaneous human combustion, which is here in the chair. But what is this? Is this a doll? Or like a specter or something? Right? It looks like a little figure looking on. Or this is the person burning. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so people link it with alcoholism. Okay. Let's look at the book again. Her name should be in it.
There's quite a few members in this group.
Because she was here. Yeah, can I not?
There's quite a few.
Nah. Okay. Is this...
The plaque says Leonora Pattinson, seer.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything.
Okay, there's nothing more.
A great man, he's dead now.
Okay.
But then
Benched. Okay, let's get out.
I'll be going now.
May the spirits guide you to that which you seek.
Thank you. We haven't been to Usher and Price.
Good afternoon, sir. Welcome to the law offices of Usher and Price. May I help you?
You may.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Miles Fordham. I'm a private investigator, and I'm looking for Jonas Usher.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but Mr. Usher is not seeing anyone today. If it's a matter of urgent legal importance, you could see Mr. Price.
Seems like they've got some kind of modern message delivery service in here. Of all the things to spend your money on.
Okay.
The plaque says it's a portrait of Thomas Usher. Looks like a real go-getter.
Looks like the Monopoly man, but a bit younger. Usher's door. Okay, those doors.
That pipe really clashes with the rest of the decor in here.
It really does. Okay, but I...
Begging your pardon, sir.
Yes?
Why isn't Usher... I need to speak to Mr. Usher about Desiree Lathan. Yeah, that's
If I may ask, what is the reason for Mr. Usher's refusal to see anyone today?
He has a rather important trial starting tomorrow, and doesn't want to run the risk of falling ill.
Falling ill?
Mr. Usher is very particular about his health. Very particular.
I see. Sir, it is of the utmost importance that I speak with Mr. Usher.
And as I said, he isn't taking visitors today.
But it's in regards to his client, Desiree Lathan. Or should I say, former client.
Miss Lathan found another attorney?
No.
No, I'm sorry to be the one to have to inform you, but she's dead.
Dead? I had no idea.
No?
He doesn't
It was in
care.
today's newspaper.
I haven't read it yet. Mr. Usher forbids it in the office.
But surely he's read it. Just because he forbids you reading the paper in the office.
No, I mean he forbids the presence of newspapers in the office. He fears they bring in outside germs.
I see.
Okay.
In any case, if what you say is true, I'll need some sort of proof.
I suppose just bringing in a copy of the newspaper is out of the question then. We'll have to find another way.
What? I'm literally bringing him ashes.
Perhaps Mr. Usher will see me when he sees this.
Oh, what's that?
What was that?
A letter from Mr. Usher to his client, Desiree Lathan.
What? That's private correspondence. How did you get that?
It was evidence I found at a crime scene.
And how is it relevant?
The crime scene in question was Miss Lathan's own bedroom, where she was found burned to death.
That's quite a claim, Mr. Fordham. I can assure you that Mr. Usher deals primarily with facts. Right now, the only fact this letter proves to me is that you somehow rummaged through Miss Lathan's possessions and acquired it.
He does have a point. We'll need something a bit more persuasive.
Okay, what? Literal
I
ashes?
actually don't have anything to show.
Right. Please stop wasting my time then. I'm very busy.
Do I have another document?
Perhaps Mr. Usher will see me when he sees this.
Oh, what's that?
Well, I don't have. Okay. Okay. I thought
appreciate
we
enjoying
had
the rest-
something else in our inventory. What do I have? Stuff. Where's our stuff? Documents. No, okay, none of that. Burnt cloth. Okay. Okay. So
It would be unwise to barge into Mr. Usher's office having been told he isn't seeing anyone today.
yeah.
We need to find a way to make him change his mind.
Okay.
Seems like they've got...
Okay. Okay, so that's not gonna work today. Then... Wait, Do I know anything new? The spontaneous combustion. I can ask her about that.
Miss Robineau?
Oh, it's you again. Have you come to ask me more questions?
I have, indeed.
Yes, if you wouldn't mind.
No. Be my guest.
No.
Is the name Peter Andrews familiar to you?
Peter Andrews? Is he still around?
I'd be able to tell you that if you told me who he is.
He's desperate. That's who he is. A lovesick fool who is obsessed with Desi. Sent her love letters all of the time.
Well, you know where I can find him?
Why would you want to?
Because I want to question him about Miss Lathan's death.
I suppose that makes some sense.
It does make sense.
All I remember Desi
100%.
telling me is that he worked at the Bank of Vespuccia, a clerk or some such. Imagine.
Thank you. That's
What?
very helpful.
Is she laughing at the prospect of a day job? Crazy woman. No, I'm done
Thanks
with
for your time.
complimenting her.
I'll let you get back to your drink.
Yeah.
Thanks, sweetheart.
Ugh. No, I don't like her. Ugh. Slippery. We're gonna leave it right here. Thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely rest of your day, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.